What's up, everyone? Welcome. This is going to be a tarot reading for the full moon, blood moon, total lunar eclipse on September 7th, 2025. I've been struggling to get this reading going for like an hour, which I find interesting because Jupiter is currently in retrograde, which Jupiter is all about testing us to see how bad we really want it. This is gonna be going on until February 13th, Friday the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, which I find super interesting personally. But we're just gonna hop into this reading. I'm gonna do a mind-heart coherence reading to kind of see how we can connect our mind and heart to bring illumination to what needs to be seen in our subconscious, which is why I'm wearing the sun shirt. This full moon is in Pisces, which is represented by the moon card, which represents the subconscious. So eclipses ask us to illuminate our subconscious desires or whatever we are repressing and whatever needs to be brought to the forefront of our mind. So it's gonna hop right into it. So it looks like currently in your mind space, you're feeling defensive, and in your heart space, you want to have abundance and fertility and be in your divine feminine and understanding. But currently you are focused on a material aspect, making progress with this material aspect. In the past, you were really focused on what you needed to do to grow this aspect that you're currently focusing on. I'm going to ask for clarity on that. So yeah, it looks like in your heart space, in the past, you were focused on building your power, building stability, and in your mind space, you really wanted to work your magic, and you've just been really focused on what that would take. So in the future, looks like you're going to really be stepping into that magic and power in your mind space, but this is going to take a lot of work in your heart space. It's going to kind of feel like a burden. You might have to work on emotional regulation in order to get out of this stuck position. A lot of the times this is done by yourself, done to yourself by yourself. So I would say intuitively, I feel like to get out of this stuck feeling, you're just going to have to press forward. But we're going to ask for clarification on how you can be more coherent in your mind and heart. So, looks like walking away from a situation or something that's no longer fulfilling will help you feel unstuck, and this will actually bring the Wheel of Fortune in your favor and start to move things along. But currently, how can we bring this self-defensive energy in your mind space and allow abundance and fertility to help push you forward? In this project that you're currently working on. So we have balance, focusing on self-sufficiency, and I would say looking at anxieties. What is causing anxieties? What's keeping you up at night? All right, I'm gonna ask Spirit, what is something you need to let go of? So I feel like maybe the idea of needing to manifest solely on your own, I would say be more open to working with others, just working with different elements and bringing them all together. Just letting go of the idea of having to do everything by yourself. And what is something that we can embrace? So again, embrace walking away from stuff that is no longer fulfilling, and embrace this new project that you're passionate about. I would say continue to just nurture this passion of yours. This is going to be very helpful for you. And then, what is something that you don't see coming? Some kind of addiction or something keeping you stuck in the material realm, or there could just be some kind of roadblock, which again makes sense with Jupiter being so strong right now, especially with it being in Pisces as well. It's really gonna challenge you to look at your subconscious beliefs. So I feel like something is gonna come up in your subconscious that is really gonna need some kind of illumination. So I'm just going to ask for an additional message from the Oracle. So seeking guidance, maybe your guidance isn't quite what you think it is, and maybe you need to look a little deeper in order to find the guidance that you're looking for. So again, just looking in your subconscious. I feel like the best way to do this a lot of the times is examining your dreams, which for me personally, I've found that sobriety helps me dream more thoroughly, and I am able to better remember them. Also, you can strengthen this muscle by keeping a dream journal. That could be super helpful. I'm just going to ask for a self-care card. What would be something that would be a good self-care practice? So taking a walk, which is interesting because I was actually thinking about going for a walk before this reading because I was getting worked up about dumb stuff in general. So that can just help you decompress and just put you in a better mood. I think it's a good practice in general to get you moving, get you active, help clear your mind. And yeah. I feel like I want to ask for one more thing that would be good for you to let go of. Since full moons are usually all about letting go, like banishing rituals are best done on the full moon, whereas the new moon is the best time to start something new. So I wouldn't recommend starting a new project necessarily. I would recommend more so ending things that are no longer serving you and getting to the bottom of what that is. So Spirit, what would be good to let go of? This actually came up earlier, but the Sun card, which I feel like is saying let go of the idea that everything needs to be perfect in order for things to be illuminated. Sometimes when things aren't perfect, that's when things are illuminated even more so, because those things that you feel like aren't perfect could just be spirit or whatever opening your eyes to triggers or wounds or just things that need to be examined. Yeah. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you are able to see the full moon. Unfortunately, it won't be red in the US, but if you're overseas and happen to see it, take a cool picture. That would be awesome. Until next time, take care.